Wednesday. It is September 17th, 2K14. And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good Wednesday morning. Thank you for being with us.
Glad you're here today. There's a lot going on, and I am remiss in having mentioned something very important about Wayne County yesterday. Yesterday was the anniversary, the 15th anniversary of Hurricane Floyd coming ashore in North Carolina.
It hit our community hard.
It hit our community very, very hard. Now, people remember, of course, a lot of people remember 1954 when Hurricane Hazel blew through here, causing such damage. And I would venture to say that 1999 will also be an important date that will be remembered by many of the people here in Wayne County. The date that Hurricane Floyd hit here. And so we spent the following day, which would be the anniversary of today. Today would be the anniversary of that, recovering from that hurricane. However, we spent the next several days, weeks, with dealing with floodwaters across the Wayne County area. It was quite a devastation and something many of us will remember for years to come.
We've had several in the past few years that have been horrible.
Yeah, but the last year or so we've been very fortunate in not having been hit with anything. Of course, now a lot of people would say, they're watching right now, they're saying, what is he doing? He's jinxing us. Knock on wood, throw out the black cat, and walk under something besides a ladder. But no, I'm not jinxing us. I'm just saying.
We're just discussing that this is the anniversary.
That's right. I'm just saying it's the anniversary, and we have not had a problem with a major storm here in Wayne County or in North Carolina, for that matter, over the last couple of years.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say about it. Anyway,
well, on today's show,
who's on today's show?
We have Stephanie that you recently talked with from the Cooperative Extension.
She is our brand new livestock agent here in Wayne County. We're very happy. This young lady is so smart. She just knows what she's doing, and she's not a bit.
That.
And we certainly do. And I look for good things to happen with our livestock here in Wayne County, with her in charge of that particular area. She's going to do a great job for us. And I'm excited for you to see who she is, and yeah, she's going to tell us all about her.
We also have Julie Beck. She's the president, of course, for Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Oh, excuse me, Mount Olive Chamber of Commerce. Right. And she is always so much fun and has so much energy that she brings from Mount Olive to share with us of what's happening down at the Mount Olive Chamber.
I love Julie Beck. She is energy is the word.
She's such a good sport, and she is full of energy and ideas and creative things. Always is an interesting interview. She never lets me down. You know, creative is the word, is another word that describes her so well, because she did such a great job with the Elvis thing here a few weeks ago. Oh, yes, she did.
So
well, you did too, my friend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But Julie, she was so funny. She was so funny. In fact, it was so funny. Anyway, but and that's on our website.
That's what I was going to say. If you want to see Wayne Alley and Kurt Keller and Jeff Holtz and Julie Beck as they were the Elvis impersonators and entertainers.
Please, tribute artists.
Excuse me, tribute artists.
Thank you.
For the United Way fundraiser. You can see that on Wayne County's YouTube channel. Go straight to their website, which is waynegov.com.
Yes.
Waynegov.com. Click on the YouTube link or icon, and it'll take you straight there. And it was a United Way fundraiser. Kick off to their campaign. Exactly, and that's why I did that. It's because, and it's for the United Way, which we should all support to the absolute max, as much as we can. But it was just so much fun, and I don't know that I would do it for anybody else, because. Oh, you all were good sports, but you also did a really good job, and what a good voice you have. Oh, go on now. You're very kind. It really was a good voice. You should sing more often, Wayne. No. Sing us a tune. I'd rather not. Okay, Thank you. But no, it was a tremendous amount of fun, and Jeff was great, and Kirk was just out of this world fantastic, and Julie was so funny. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, on this wait. We have one more person on the show today. Oh, who else do we have? We have Crime Stoppers. We have Paige Leonard here in the studio today, and she's talking about how we need your help to solve a particular crime, this week's Crime of the Week. So listen up for those 4 interviews today. 3 interviews. Wow, 3 interviews, 3 or 4, whatever it takes. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go to our first interview, and when we come back, we're going to talk about other things. Today we're talking with Stefani GARBACIK. She is the, what are you? You're the livestock agent.
Yep. The other blonde girl is the horticulture agent.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
She is the livestock agent for the Cooperative Extension. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
For the Cooperative Extension Service here in Wayne County. And how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Always great to have you in the studio with us, and I thank you for coming in today.
Not a problem.
Want to talk about the livestock environment and community in Wayne County here very quickly.
Yeah.
Give me an idea, if you would, of the big money makers in livestock in the Wayne County area. What's good for us?
Our biggest money makers would probably be, you see them driving around, the hog houses, the turkey houses. Right. Poultry and pigs are our big thing here in Wayne County. We're starting to pick up in the goat industry, and people are starting to get a couple cows in their backyard. They like the look. Yeah, they like the look of seeing those cows out the window, and especially in this cattle market, you can make a little bit of money that way.
Well, that's great. Well, now, I wonder how many people know that back in the turn of the century, the 18 to 1900s, that there were actually cows grazing on the White House lawn.
Really?
Yes, there were.
I didn't know that either.
There were. The president at that time, well, I won't mention any names, but they actually had cattle grazing on the White House lawn. Yeah, not unusual, not uncommon. And I'm glad to hear that there's some people here in Wayne County actually putting cattle or cows on their lawn.
They are. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all kinds of things just went through my mind about cattle on the lawn and all that. But anyway, besides all that, now how are they using these cows? Are they using them for milk production, or are they actually sending
Most of them are beef cows, so they're going to send. It's going to be a cow-calf operation. Right. So they'll have a cow, get a baby out of her, raise that baby up till about weaning, and they'll send them off maybe to a feedlot. But most of our people here probably just raise them up to about 700 pounds and send them to the slaughterhouse, out to the auction and make some money, and then turn around and buy another cow and start the process.
So it's actually a money-making process for a lot of people. And
it can be.
Can be.
Right.
You have to do it right now.
Exactly.
Because you can, as in any endeavor, you can actually lose money.
Yes.
If you don't do it right.
Exactly.
Can they call you and ask you about this?
They can call me and ask me about any sort of management problems, the economic version of it. I can find the answers to.
Okay.
But
yeah, but the management.
Yes, absolutely.
That's your department.
Yes.
All right. Feed and care and
reproduction.
Reproduction, all that stuff.
Everything.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about that's the cattle industry.
Yes.
Tell us about the poultry industry. How does that stand right now in Wayne County?
I don't have exact numbers. We have an area poultry agent.
I
don't know. I'm not good at guessing numbers. I'm not good at guessing numbers.
Don't guess.
But it is doing well. The people who are in that industry, most of them are contract growers, so they're making money with their contractor, and it's a big deal here. We've got a lot of poultry.
You know what? We're one of the biggest in the country.
Are we?
Yes, aren't we?
I knew we were in North Carolina. I didn't realize it was necessarily the whole.
Well, it is in North Carolina. We are one of the biggest, if not the biggest. Well, we're not the biggest in North Carolina, but one of them. But but that places us well in the entire nation.
Oh, yeah.
In swine production particularly, and in poultry production.
Yes.
All right. But now, what are some of the unusual things that people may not be aware of in livestock in Wayne County? What are some of the things that may be here that people are not aware of?
Let's see.
I have a feeling, don't we have a tilapia farm?
I was just going to mention that. Yes, we do. And I actually went there my first or second week here and toured it. It's a really cool place.
Isn't that a great place?
It is. It's big, huge swimming pool looking things that just have the fish in different stages and grow them up, and then they ship them up to, I think it's New York.
Yeah.
So it's definitely unusual and new.
It can be a big business, and there's a lot of investment by this particular farmer who's invested greatly in this particular farm. And but who would have thought a fish farm
in Wayne County? Yeah,
of all places. But he's very successful.
Yes.
And he's doing it right. And I also understand that if somebody wanted to buy locally, they could actually go to him and actually purchase tilapia.
Yeah, I think his big contract, is shipping it up. But I have a feeling if somebody wanted to buy locally, they definitely talk to him and he could. Yeah.
All right. So we have the fish farm, we have cattle, we have swine, we have poultry. Do we have horse farms in the area?
We do have some horse farms, and most people are going to just have a couple horses. Again, just a little bit of land, so they want to put something out there, and maybe they're a competition rider or something, so they'd put them at a big barn, or they've just got them in their backyard.
Well, tell me about you. Now, what is your background?
Growing up in high school, I worked at a horse barn. Took lessons, taught some lessons. Then I went to NC State and studied animal science, but I did a lot of research with swine reproduction. And then I went to the University of Kentucky and got my master's in beef cattle reproduction.
Beef cattle?
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the top 3 species that I have the most experience with, would be horses, cattle, and pigs.
And that just kind of, that fits in
Fits
Wayne
here.
County,
It does.
Well,
It really does.
Where's your home? Where are you from?
I grew up in Fayetteville.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's not too far away.
No, that's an hour away, right down the road there.
Yeah.
And growing up in Fayetteville, you're a North Carolina girl, and you went to State and to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And so where are your basketball
loyalties
lie?
I will say NC State, but let's be honest, I'm not a big basketball fan.
Oh, okay.
So going to Kentucky was not, you know, a big basketball thing for me.
Okay.
They did well the last year I was there, you know,
Right.
Final Four, but.
Okay. All right. Well, that really doesn't enter into the conversation.
Right.
But I was just curious about
Just
that.
to make sure, yeah.
Just to make sure. So if anyone should have any questions about how to start a poultry farm, do people still start poultry farms? Most people inherit them.
Most people inherit them, yeah. They've already got them set up, so they'll pass them down the family line or, you know, family friend or something like
and
that.
I would think the same thing with cattle or swine or whatever.
Yeah.
But are poultry farms and swine farms, are livestock farms ever sold on the market? Or are they just passed down to generations?
I'm sure they're sold on the market. It probably depends on the situation.
A lot of work involved with that, though, right? That's a 7-day-a-week job.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
365 days a year.
Right. So how would you suggest we support our local farmers and help encourage them to provide us with the best that we could get?
Most of them have all the, you know, the regulations and stuff that they need to go through, so supporting them through any sort of county activity we're doing or a city activity, any sort of legislation in state or, you know, federal things. Our farmers aren't doing anything on purpose to hurt us. They're trying to make money. They're trying to help us and give us the best agriculture that we can. So any sort of support that way you can give them, or the local farmers buying local farmers market, those kind of things, those definitely help.
Do the farmers offer to local farmers markets? Do they offer products to the farmers market?
I don't know if we have very many livestock farmers who do that. Obviously a lot with the produce. I don't think there are any in Wayne that do with livestock.
I think most of the farmers markets, of course, are produce.
Right.
But you might find a ham somewhere.
You might,
like
yeah. You might have to travel a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, we want you to stay in Wayne County and support local farmers.
Right.
That's
So.
right. Stay here unless you go to Fayetteville.
There
Stay
you
here
go.
and support our local farmers. But we also want you to support our local livestock farmers as much as possible because, as you say, it is a business. They're there to make a profit.
Right.
And to keep the family afloat, to feed the family, put food on the table, and be successful at it. So we want to support our farmers in any way we possibly can.
Definitely.
All right, excellent. Stephanie, thank you so much. Stephanie GARBACIK is the livestock agent for the County of Wayne here with the Cooperative Extension Service. Now, if someone wants to call you, how do they contact you?
They can call the office at 919-731-1517 is my direct line.
Okay.
And it's 1525 for the ending if you want to call just the office.
Either 731-1525 or 731-1527. Stephanie,
1517.
Pick a number. Call 731-1525.
There we go.
Or
Just stay with that one.
731-1525. Stay with that one.
Yes.
And ask for Stephanie.
Yes.
Okay? Good. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Joining me in the studio today is Julie Beck. She is the president of Mount Olive Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Julie.
Good morning.
Glad to have you.
Good to be here as always.
So tell me what is going on in Mount Olive. I know you all always have something. You just had a reverse raffle.
We did. It was successful as always, and we really appreciate all the support we get from the community, the people that buy the tickets, that donate the door prizes, the silent auction. And for the first time ever, we did a cake auction, so that was quite interesting.
Nice. Where did the cakes come from?
People donated the cakes, and it was just an extra way for us to make some money. And yeah, I had no idea. I don't know anything about bacon, so I asked one of my board members, could you head that part up?
I understand. Well, you have a very active board.
I do. I have some really good board members. Some are already on the board when Tyler Barwick was there, and then some I brought on board when we had some openings. And so it's been kind of nice, and they have been very supportive of me and all that I want to do. Because you know, I think you said earlier to me today, I like to think outside the box, and I really do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Julie. You know, if there were words in the dictionary to describe you, thinking out of the box would definitely be several, for sure. But that's what makes you unique and fun and interesting to be around. People enjoy that. You're like a magnet.
Well, and I think I just I'm probably ADHD or something, because I just can't do the same old, so I like to do something different all the time. And so I'm always wanting to try something new and different, whether it's for the Chamber or the Pickle Festival or just my life in general. I just want to keep things lively.
I understand. Well, speaking of new and different and making changes and adapting, for those people in the community that don't understand what a chamber can do for them and do for their business, can you give us an overview of what can a chamber do to make your business more lively? What can it do to enhance your business, and tell people more about what you do?
Right. Well, we promote all our chamber members, so whether it's on our Facebook page or in our newsletters, or when somebody makes a phone call, and they, you know, matter of fact, we had a guy come in the other day, and he said, "Who works on computers?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me go to this chamber member and you know." And so I think that already is good. It gets your name out there in many other ways. And help promote your business, and of course we try to do most of our business with the chamber with only our chamber members.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes it's not possible, but for the most part we say, "I'm sorry, we can't do business with you, you're not a chamber member." And so we try to support our own chamber members.
Right.
And when I have my board meetings and I provide lunch, I only order food from our chamber members. So, and of course, you know, in Mount Olive we don't have a lot of restaurants, so we get to eat the same.
But you have some good ones.
We do have some good ones. Look, you can tell.
Tell me, if you will, about, I know we've talked about, you all have something, it's like a business after hours. And what is that called?
We call it Mount Olive Mingle.
Mount Olive
and
Mingle.
And we do it quarterly, and the next one we have coming up is November, and we have the band Spare Change coming. They're going to be playing at Ribeyes. It's going to be free to the public to come in and have a good time. And this one we've done a little bit something different, Kim. We've partnered up with some other organizations in the town to kind of pull everyone together, and so we've been talking about doing something like that. So,
well, I'll tell you, the business after hours and the Mount Olive Mingle, they can be such a wonderful way for individuals that don't know one another to get to know one another and to be able to give each other suggestions on who you can do business with. If you need somebody who can, whether you say work on computers or work on air conditions, or if you just need a copier.
That's right. It's a great networking opportunity.
Absolutely the
I know
best
some
way.
people think you just come to get a Pepsi and a snack, but really it's so much more than that. It's an amazing networking opportunity to talk with people in a very relaxed environment and have a good time. And I mean, I come to the Wayne Chambers Business After Hours, and I've done a lot of networking as well.
That's right, and they're very productive. It can be one of the most productive ways to network out there. It really can. In a community the size of Goldsboro and Mount Olive, really, these business after hours, if you've never been,
you need to go.
You need to go. You need to see what it's all about, and especially for a new business that comes to town, this is a set-in way for you to walk into a room with leaders in our community that own businesses, work at businesses, and it's not just the owners of the business, it's their employees too. They're invited to come and network and meet and mingle and get to know other people.
And the people that host them, you know, the businesses that host them, it gives you an opportunity to showcase your business.
It does.
And to learn, and for someone to go to a business after hours to learn about that business, because you may not know about this insurance company or this car dealership or whatever, so it's a win-win for everyone involved.
I would highly suggest you take business cards, because business cards are being passed throughout that.
All I have to do is laugh, and that's my business card.
There you go. You're right. But I tell you, taking a group of business cards is one of the perks of being there, because you'll leave with 5 or 10 or 15 in your hand.
Exactly.
And you can join them and let them add to your list of contacts.
That's right. That's exactly right. You know, the chamber is a great thing, and a lot of people don't always know what the chamber is all about. They say, why am I going to join the chamber? What benefits am I going to get from it? But there's so much you can get from being a chamber member.
There's a long list.
Beneficial. And you know, when I travel around the world, especially in the U.S., if I don't know where something is, I go to the local Chamber of Commerce.
There you go.
I've done it so many times. I just walk into a chamber and say, what's there to see and do? Where should I stay?
That's right.
What do you recommend? Because they're in the know about things. And, you know, and I've also used them when, unfortunately, I had a car breakdown in New York one time, and I called a local chamber. Who do you recommend that I take my car to get fixed? Who do I know in New York? I don't know anybody in New York.
Right.
And so the chambers are a great place to do that.
Absolutely. So you all have your event coming up in November. Spare Change will be there.
Yep.
Tell us the date one more time.
November 21st.
November 21st. That's at Ribeyes. Now tell us what Ribeyes is.
Ribeyes is a steakhouse in Mount Olive. But they also put a lot of other functions on there as well. And on Friday nights, they usually have a DJ playing and stuff. So it's kind of fun. Got a good place to hang out.
Absolutely.
And good food.
Yeah, of course. You know, that always counts, right? That counts. And you all have some fabulous places in Mount Olive, I might add, to eat.
We do.
I very much enjoy going there myself.
We do.
So tell me, is there anything else going on that we need to make sure the public is aware of? Anything specific? Or is that the next big thing?
That's the next big thing. And then in December, of course, we'll have our open house and our Christmas parade and stuff like that.
Right.
And for the first time this year, I decided to let the citizens of Mount Olive nominate who they want to be the Grand Marshal for our Christmas parade. So I have been getting in quite a collection, you know, because I thought, you know, we probably don't know what all the people are doing in the community. So let's let them nominate. So I think people have really appreciated the fact that I've asked for their input. And so that's been great.
So you're going to keep it a secret? We'll have to just kind of wait and see?
Yeah.
I know. It'll be a big surprise the morning of the Christmas parade, huh?
It might be you, Kim.
You never know. You never know.
Well, your daughter was ours one time,
Yes,
right?
she was.
Wayne out. No, we're not that desperate, no. I love
She's
you, Wayne.
definitely kidding.
I am, because, you know, I did get a month or so ago share a stage with him.
I was going to ask you about that. Because as the chamber president, you do all kinds of other things in the community, too.
You sure do. I was
so you were
Elvis impersonator.
Elvis recently.
I was, and, you know, for some strange reason, I came out as a penguin to begin with, which, I mean,
What's
most
that
people
about?
do not know that Elvis and penguin are related. I mean.
So how did that come about that you became a part of the United Way's kickoff?
Well, I chaired the Taste of Wayne for United Way for several years, so I'm already in their circuit, and so they said, this is the exact words that Karen Snyder said to me, what female do we know that doesn't mind making a fool of herself on stage? And lo and behold, Julie Beck comes in to mind. And of course, I didn't mind.
You're a great entertainer, Julie. You know, we know we're always going to laugh and have a good time.
That's right, and it was a lot of fun, and of course, you know, when you're on stage with Wayne Alley and Kurt Keller and Jeff Holtz,
you're going to have a good time,
Lord,
right?
Times are going to be rolling, and it's going to be hysterical. And it was a lot of fun. Of course, I like to give back to the community and do fun stuff like that. And I recently also was in the chicken wing eating contest for Beak Week.
That's
and so,
right.
Good Lord, the things I get myself into. But it's okay. I enjoy that kind of stuff. It's fun.
It's fun to give back and fun to be involved in so many different things.
It is.
And we appreciate that you do that you really are a good liaison from Mount Olive to throughout our entire community.
Well, and I think it's good publicity for the Chamber of Commerce and for the town of Mount Olive as well, to get our name out there. And don't let people forget that down south of the river, we know we're
cars go both ways, right? You are a good group of people down that way. I totally agree with you.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Julie, for coming in today and sharing more things that are happening down on the other end of town, other end of our community. And we want to make sure people understand, go across that bridge, go down to Mount Olive, enjoy the great things that happen down on that end of the county. Mark your calendars, November the
21.
Ribeyes in Mount Olive. Spare change will be there. Mark your calendars. Thank you for being with us, and this is what's happening in Mount Olive, North Carolina. Joining me in the studio today is Sergeant Paige Lerner. She's here to talk about Crime Stoppers, Crime of the Week. We're hoping you can help us solve this crime. Welcome back, Paige.
Thank you again.
So tell us some details of the most recent crime that we're wanting to ask the community to help with.
We had a robbery at one of our stores in town called the Lucky 8, and it's in the 900 block of Spence Avenue here in Goldsboro. It was about 11:20 p.m. on August 31st, which is a Monday. This is one of those sweepstake style businesses, so they keep the front door locked.
Right.
There was a few patrons on the inside of the store. They got a knock at the door, an employee let them in. And once that employee let him in, he came in the door with a motorcycle helmet on and the dark clothing that you can see in these pictures that I've brought with blue jeans. Kept the helmet on during the entire scene. He did brandish a gun at the employees and take them to a back room of the business and restrained them and stole the cash from the safe and then left the area. So, you know, we're hoping somebody might take a look at these pictures and look at the stance of this guy, look at that motorcycle helmet and what he's wearing and the backpack that he's carrying.
Absolutely.
Hopefully he's going to be familiar to somebody out there watching. And as always, I just want them to give us a call at Crime Stoppers.
Tell us again, if you will, when it happened.
August 31st, which was a Monday, and it was about 11:20 p.m. at 906 Spence Avenue, which is up there close to the Walmart area. At the Lucky 888, it's like at Lucky and then 3 8s.
Okay.
So hopefully somebody, you know, that tends to be a busy area at night, even at 11:20 p.m. And so hopefully we'll, you know, have somebody out there that saw somebody or something suspicious.
Okay, and tell us, Paige, how can someone get in touch with you if they want to call Crime Stoppers? I know the number is behind us, but they can also text.
Right, they can call me at that 735-225 number, or the same phone is actually have a separate text line. And so if they'll text me at that 222-4230 number, it's the same thing. Both lines are anonymous and they're blocked, so I can't see who's calling me or who's texting me.
Would they be eligible for a cash reward?
Yeah, absolutely. This is an armed robbery that involved a weapon, and so those would be felony charges. And so anybody that provides information to Crime Stoppers, at least a felony arrest, makes them eligible for a cash reward.
Up to $1,000?
Up to $1,000.
Thank you. All right, wonderful. Well, you've seen the pictures here several times. If you see anything that is distinguishable and that makes you recognize this person, if you would call Crime Stoppers or text, we would appreciate your assistance. You could be eligible for a cash reward up to $1,000. Thank you so much, Paige, for coming in. And we ask you, the community, if you recognize anything, give us a call. Crime Stoppers, the number is behind us. We'd love to have your assistance. Thank you, and that's what's happening with the Crime of the Week.
And we're back already.
Yes, we are, but they were good.
They were good. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's see, I wanted to go quickly over a couple of things for you here.
Okay.
But it would help if I looked at the right word.
Yeah, the right page.
The right page, September, oh, this is a big day.
Okay.
This is a big day. September 17th is Constitution Day.
Really?
It is. September 17th, the Constitution of the U.S. of A., signed by delegates from 12 states. At the Constitutional Convention in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, PA, the U.S. Constitution is the world's, did you know this, the world's oldest working constitution. Ours is the world's oldest, and it's 230 some years old, but it's the world's oldest working constitution.
And today is the anniversary.
Today's the anniversary. This is when it was signed. All right?
All right.
And I won't go into any more detail, but I'll tell you what, if you know, and if you're a trivia buff, or a history buff, or a history trivia buff, there's so much to do with the Constitution. It's a fascinating document, fascinating program, and if you've never read it, I would strongly encourage you to read the Constitution. It is not volumes and volumes and volumes long. Our forefathers were so smart and so fortuitous that they kept it simple, they kept it brief, and if you read it, you learn so much about yourself, what your rights are, and you'll learn about our country in that document. I hope you are able to read it if you haven't read it yet.
Well, let me tell you about the Walk and Roll Summer Walks.
Walk and roll.
That's right. Now, summer's almost over.
Yeah.
But on Thursday, this Thursday, September the 18th at 6 p.m., let's see where we go. I guess it's a part of the Go Away and Go initiative. Every Thursday through this summer, they've been walking from 6 to 7. They are inviting you to join them and bring your family, neighbor, co-workers, and friends. Let me see where they're meeting. And does it say? Are they meeting at the hospital? That's what it's looking at.
Looks like, yeah.
Looks like they're meeting at Wayne Memorial Hospital as a part of the Go Away and Go initiative. They're going to walk, like we said, between 6 and 7 p.m. It is all a part of Go Away and Go initiative. There probably is more details and information at gowayandgo.org. You can find out there more information about who will be a part of it and the exact location.
Gowayandgo.org, and you can also plan future walks as well.
That's right, and all the other activities they have throughout the rest of the year.
Because each time they walk there at a different
location. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Okay.
What else is happening?
Birthdays today. Lamont McLemore. She is a singer. And everybody remembers Billy Davis and Marilyn McCoo and the other guy, but nobody remembers Lamont McLemore.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. She was a singer with the group The Fifth Dimension.
Okay.
She was one of the Fifth. Born this day, 1939. David. She took the Fifth. So nobody can talk about it. Thank you, our producer person there. Anyway, David Souter is an attorney, but he's also an associate U.S. Supreme Court Justice.
His birthday as well?
His birthday as well, born this day, 1939. Also, Cassandra Peterson. Now, she is very famous, but not for the name Cassandra Peterson. She is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Ah, yes.
Born this day, 1949. And Rita Rudner, the comedian, is having a birthday as well, born this day, 1953.
Happy birthday if it's your special day.
Happy.
Something you enjoy.
Yes.
That's right. I believe that may be...
Is it? Is that it?
A time for our interviews. Time to end the show.
We're going to Okay. See, I'm getting yesterday, and today is her day to do it.
That's exactly
All right, thank you very much. We'll be back again tomorrow. Join us at this time. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.
Woo!